All right, everybody, welcome back in. We continue live. Barrio Queen in Scottsdale is where we are located. It is a Taco Tuesday and also an El Bandido Yankee Tequila Tuesday as well. Tim Kempton is our guest, longtime radio analyst with the Suns, former NBA player, as you all well know, and you can follow him on Twitter at SunsTK. SunsTK. Timmy, it's Jimmy B and Manoj. How are you today, pal?
Thanks, guys. Thanks for the invite in the neighborhood. Don't even get invited to the Barrio Queen. I like it.
What do you say to that?
Well, we didn't want to interrupt your schedule. I know you got lunches with people. You got to go get your 16 holes at Arizona Country Club. We didn't want to interrupt your schedule. Just like a 10-minute phone call is all we were asking for, you know?
But that's the perfect time to invite someone when you know they can't say yes.
Timmy.
Is that how they do that in the NBA locker rooms? Hey, we know we can't come, so let's invite him.
Yeah, that's it. That's great. Hey, Tim, I want to talk to you a little bit about Bradley Beal, because my guess is a lot of people that watch the NBA here in the West Coast area don't see a lot of East Coast basketball, particularly the Washington Wizards. Now, I've seen Beal play ever since he's been in the league, but you've seen him up close and personal in games. Break down for people to understand how good a player this guy is.
Yeah, I mean, he's one of the elite guys. It's just that he's on a bad team. And when you're on a bad team, people think you go out and get numbers just to get numbers every night. You're not really, contributing. But Bradley Beal, he's 30-point scorer. You know, he's got range. He's got one-on-one ability. He gets up and down the floor very well. He handles the ball very well. He's tough. So, he's similar to Devin Booker in size and the way they play. They have mid-range game. Obviously, he shoots all the way to that three-point line now. But Bradley Beal, he's an NBA star. And, you just don't know or hear about him because he's not on a winning team. So he's another offensive weapon, high, top 5 in his position in the NBA. So they've got plenty of offense now. Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, Bradley Beal, who, we talked about it last year, and we didn't get to see it all that much because Kevin Durant was hurt. But when we did see it, if they're double teaming Devin Booker, you give it to Kevin Durant. Now, what are you going to do with 3 guys on the floor with that kind of ability? All these guys are capable of getting 30 points a night. So now it's just a matter of, okay, here it's your turn, or it's your turn because you got a weaker defender on you. Every one of these guys may go out and score 12, 14 points in the quarter, and next quarter they have 2 because the other guy got 12 or 14. And then, it's really an explosive offensive lineup with those 3 guys on the floor.
Tim, it's interesting. You look at Bill's career stats, 46% from the field, almost 38% from three-point land, and you go, wow, you can really fill it up. But I had a chance to watch him a couple times this year, and the Wizards were woeful. Okay, let's just say they were woeful.
Exactly.
But they were down by 20, and he single-handedly, early in the third quarter, I thought I was impressed with this. He single-handedly brought them within, 5 or 6. And then they ran out of gas, which showed me he didn't quit. He just wasn't in cruise control. And I went, damn, they're bad. Here's Bradley Beal just went off. Layups, three-pointers. He just took the game over himself. So that impressed me about not quitting when you're down by 20 at halftime.
Yeah, and I think you're going to see that a little bit more. You mentioned his efficiency. I think that in each one of those guys, and obviously we're talking about the 3, Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, and Bradley Beal, I think they're all going to have those kind of efficiency numbers this year because, listen, you can't run a double team at the Suns now and leave one of those guys open. I mean, you just can't do it. So you're going to have to try and play those guys a little bit more straight up. And now they're all going to be in that 45, 46, 47% efficiency range. Their numbers, I expect them to, all those guys to average somewhere between 19 and 23, 24 points, and a high efficiency night. It's just, how do you play those guys? Every one of them can take you off the dribble. Any one of them, if you give them space, can kill you from 3. every one of them has that mid-range game. So, I mean, it's just a real pleasure to coach, and obviously, hopefully, for the Suns fans, it's going to be so enjoyable to watch night in and night out.
All right, the next question is DeAndre Ayton going into his 6th year. Does he complement this trio, or does this trio complement him more if they decide to keep DeAndre Ayton?
Well, the big telltale for me was that DeAndre Ayton wasn't in the trade for Bradley Beal.
Yeah.
You know, they really gave up Chris Paul and Landry Shamet for Bradley Beal. That's all you really had to give up for. So that tells me that the Suns have some interest in DeAndre Ayton going forward, and especially the way Frank Vogel spoke about him in his press conference. So, yeah, all these guys complement each other. I mean, DeAndre Ayton, 18 and 10. He's been a double-double since he came in this league. He's very talented. He needs confidence. He needs trust. He needs someone to believe in him, and that's what Frank Vogel said. So if you can get that from DeAndre Ayton every night, along with these guys, the way they play, the ability to spread the floor, now you got pick and rolls with DeAndre Ayton, with Bradley Beal, Devin Booker, and Kevin Durant. You have DeAndre running the floor. I mean, he fits in well with this group. You never know with Matt Ishbia. Bought the team, made the trade for Kevin Durant. Summer comes around, he's the first one to make a big deal. DeAndre Ayton could still be moved later this summer or tomorrow, for all we know, with Matt Ishbia in his front office. But I think DeAndre fits in great with this group. I mean, starting 4, then you throw like Josh Okogie out there, Ish Wainwright. I mean, now it's just really. I mean, the other teams are going to have to make some kind of adjustment to it with that kind of a lineup.
But in your estimation, everything still runs through Denver, right?
Oh, without a doubt. They've proven that. With Nikola Jokic and the way that those guys play, they're the team that you have to go after. That's why, that's why you make a trade like that for Bradley Beal. But also the other nice part of that is Frank Vogel and talking about the defensive end of the floor. So, look, you're going to be able to score some points. If you can keep teams under 110 with that lineup every night, you should be pretty good to go. So, Frank Vogel, the addition of Frank Vogel and Bradley Beal addressed weaknesses. Scoring. There were times last year where, Devin Booker and Kevin Durant couldn't get it done, and the Suns couldn't find any scoring in someplace else. So, they addressed scoring with Bradley Beal, and they addressed the coaching need of someone that's won a championship, someone that's worked with superstars, Frank Vogel in Los Angeles, and someone that knows how to get it done on the defensive end of the floor.
Thank you, pal. It's always great when we have you on, and you just could have come out and hung out with us. Would have been fun.
You have an open invitation to
anytime.
every Bar Quinn every Tuesday, or Venezia's Pizzeria will be at Venezia's Pizzeria tomorrow in Chandler, or Twin Peaks on Thursday in Glendale. Anytime we're on about, Tim, you are always open invitation to come out and join me, Rock and Jimmy.
I'm coming out there. One day I'm showing up, and we're doing the show.
That'll be awesome.
A show like no other.
Thanks, Tim. Have a good one, pal.
Great talking to you guys.
See you, Phil. There you go. That is Tim Kempton. That's fun.
He was enthusiastic about the 4 amigos,
yes,
if you will.
Is.
DA, for me, I think the whole DA thing is I would love to see these guys, him compliment the other 3. It's just that, if he starts to wilt or fade or whatever, you just go, okay, damn. You just hope it's not these 3 and him that hold this thing back.
I'm with you on that 100%, but as I referenced them when we began the show today, I am not yet sold on the fact of trading him. I still want to see how this sort of plays itself out.